What if I told you that some divorces don't just break hearts, they move billions of dollars overnight? We're not talking about a few million here, we're talking about wealth transfers so massive, they literally reshape fortunes. And in some cases, history itself. In this video, we're diving into the most expensive divorces ever recorded, uncovering not just the jaw-dropping numbers, but the real stories behind them, and what led to these staggering payouts. Let's start with a name almost everyone recognizes, Michael Jordan. After 17 years of marriage, his divorce from Juanita Vinoy resulted in a $168 million settlement. At the time, it was one of the largest in sports history. But here's the thing, this wasn't just cash. It included their massive Chicago mansion and other assets built during their marriage. Even for a billionaire athlete, that kind of payout makes headlines. Now, stepping into billionaire territory, we have Roman Abramovich and Irina Abramovich. Their split in 2007 cost him around $300 million. Sounds enormous, right? But when your net worth is over $18 billion, it was actually considered a relatively favorable outcome. It's a reminder that in the world of billionaires, even hundreds of millions can seem manageable. Next up, a groundbreaking case, Robert L. Johnson and Sheila Johnson. After 33 years of marriage, their divorce resulted in a $400 million settlement. Sheila walked away with half their empire, making it one of the largest divorce settlements for a Black woman in history. This wasn't just about money, it was about legacy and ownership of a media powerhouse. Now, here's where things get even more intense. Mel Gibson and Robin Moore finalized their divorce without a prenuptial agreement. That one detail changed everything. After 26 years of marriage, Robin received $425 million, exactly half of his fortune. It remains one of the most expensive divorces in Hollywood history, and a perfect example of how one missing document can cost hundreds of millions. Then comes a scandal that shook the sports world: Tiger Woods and Elin Nordegren. Following a highly public cheating controversy, their divorce settlement was estimated at $710 million. While early reports suggested a smaller figure, the final number reflected not just financial compensation, but privacy agreements and custody arrangements. Sometimes, the real cost goes far beyond money. Now let's rewind to a case that held the record for decades: Adnan Khashoggi and Soraya Khashoggi. Their divorce in 1982 resulted in an $874 million settlement. Adjusted for today's value, that's over $2.5 billion. For years, this was the gold standard of expensive divorces, and it still ranks among the highest ever. Then, there's media titan Rupert Murdoch and Anna Murdoch Mann. After 32 years together, their split led to a $1.7 billion settlement, mostly in assets and stock. But here's the twist. Murdoch remarried just 17 days later. Talk about moving on quickly, especially after a $1 billion goodbye. Now we enter truly historic territory. Bill Gates and Melinda French Gates. Their divorce in 2021 wasn't just a personal separation, it was one of the largest wealth transfers ever. Initial estimates suggested over $25 billion, but ongoing disclosures revealed even more complex asset movements, including billions transferred to foundations. This wasn't just a divorce, it was a financial restructuring on a global scale. And then there's Jeff Bezos and Mackenzie Scott. When they divorced in 2019, Mackenzie received a 4% stake in Amazon worth $38 billion at the time. As Amazon's value grew, so did her fortune, briefly pushing her net worth past $60 billion. In one moment, she became one of the richest women in the world. Finally, circling back to Bill Gates and Melinda French Gates again, but this time, looking at the full picture. When you factor in total asset division, inflation, and long-term transfers, the estimated wealth shift reaches around $76 billion. That makes it the largest divorce-related wealth transfer in history. Not just expensive, unprecedented. So what's the takeaway from all of this? It's not just about love ending. It's about how intertwined finances become over time. The longer the relationship, the bigger the stakes. And one common thread stands out across nearly every story here. Preparation matters. Prenups, asset planning, and financial transparency can mean the difference between a manageable split and a billion-dollar loss. At the end of the day, these stories aren't just about wealth. They're about decisions, timing, and sometimes consequences that echo for decades. If you found this as mind-blowing as it sounds, make sure to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden financial stories behind the world's biggest names.